Travis, congratulations on a terrific knock. You had plenty of intent and energy from the moment you got out there. Was that your plan? And can you just tell us what you were thinking, given where you came into the match in England on just a little bit of a run there for a while?
Yeah, it was just about being as clear as I possibly could. They started extremely well. The couple of sets there that Ollie Robinson bowled were quite difficult, and I felt the wicket was a little bit there. They got a little bit of run. It's about staying nice and calm. It was nice to have Alex at the other end, battled a lot with him. So calm, consistent plans, really relaxed, and just felt like trying to take a bit of momentum out of the game. And if the ball was presented to score, try and score really. The guys that have played positively throughout the game have to be played at the best. I think there's been quite a bit there for the bowlers throughout the game. So it was just trying to gain a bit of momentum back, and then once we gained that, trying to take advantage of it.
And I mean, there was plenty of chat about your selection and, you know, whether you'd be in the team. What does it mean to you now you've made that an Ashes century in Brisbane? I mean, I'm guessing it's a terrific moment in your career. Yeah,
it's still pinching myself sort of thing. Like I can't quite work out what quite transpired over the last couple of hours, but I want to contribute to Australia, and Australia wins, and hopefully we'll put ourselves in a nice position. Tomorrow morning's important again to continue another great day for Australia, and that's what I'm here to do. I was really relaxed throughout the game. Paddy, coaching staff, been fantastic in the way they've handled the last sort of 6 and 7 days, and how they wanted to see me play or go about it. And they just wanted to be themselves and play the game and play how I see it, and have got great confidence in that. And I was really relaxed over the last 2 days. I've said that going into camp, it's so enjoyable to be around this group again and contribute in some little way. And today it went my way, but a lot of work was done by the top order. I thought they batted exceptionally well to set that day up to make it possible to do what I was able to do.
Because you've seen a couple of knocks in Shield and the March Cup game as well, and today, like, is it kind of a feel thing for you when you get a couple of those early boundaries when you almost feel like it's happening, and then you just start playing a few more shots?
No, I think, I guess a lot's been spoken about. I felt like that a little bit, where I've got a couple of scores quite quickly, and then I missed out a couple of times. So I think my technique and my composure at the crease, and I was really relaxed today. I'm just trying to take that moment in. Now, yeah, I got opportunities to present myself to score, and I was able to take them today and put pressure back on bowlers at certain periods. But I felt like at moments they bowled really well, and I took some chances as well along the way. Definitely the back end into the new ball. But I feel like I gave myself a great opportunity. I felt like my technique's in really great space. Technically, mentally, I feel like really composed, really relaxed in the environment. It's a huge environment. They come extremely hard today. So to be able to be in that moment is a great feeling. I'm not always guaranteed runs. I know that. And that was the same today. I found the first 20 runs really, really tough. The game opened up a little bit. I was able to take my opportunity. That's not going to happen all the time, but I put myself in that position, which is pleasing.
And just on a personal note, the mock was really working for you, getting a lot of runs, and like, was it just the test match?
Maybe it's the moment. No, to be honest, I wouldn't have been able to fit my hat on. To be honest, there was too much hair going on, and I would have looked quite ridiculous. So I needed a haircut for a few weeks. I was pretty lazy. I'm pretty lazy on how my appearance, and sometimes. And we had a Shield game one day. Game flew up here, and we got in the camp. So I left it pretty late to get a haircut. But yeah, I'll get one in 6 months' time again.
Travis, Pat, by the time Pat came out with that, you were flying. What was the discussion between you two at that point?
It was just if the opportunity presented itself, really. We were really relaxed out there. A couple of, I guess, our KPIs that we wanted to tick off, we were talking about, and giving ourselves the opportunity to score runs if they presented. We want to put them under pressure. I think with the team, the way we played throughout the day, we're able to put guys under pressure. And then, yeah, it was important a little period into that new ball to ride that wave, I guess, and try to score, but also they gained all the momentum back in that period. So it was an important stage, but it was really enjoyable batting Pat.
Travis, you spoke before the test about the relaxation thing and how you were feeling coming into it, and the relaxation being out there. It was incredibly emotional when you actually reached the century. Was there anything else in there? Was there still a little bit of like relief or something that sparked that emotion?
I'm not sure whether I just off the cusp, I guess. I think emotion of being in a great position, playing for my country, loving it, just enjoying it. So I wouldn't read too much into it. That just comes out how it does, and I'm representing my country and I'm loving doing it. So it's an amazing feeling to get a Test match 100. I think I said at the start, just as it happened, like I couldn't believe quite what was going on, and it definitely fell my way at moments today. I definitely rode my luck in parts, but all in all, I was able to put Australia in a great position, and that's what I'm here to do, and very privileged to be able to do that.
And you talk about that great position. Have you had discussions about really being ruthless, being in a position now to try and grind England down early on in the series?
I think that's both camps would have been talking about that for the last 10 days and what they want to try and achieve. We spoke about as a batting group going into the test that in Australia, we see a lot bigger scores, trying to keep them out in the field. It was extremely hot over the last 2 days. It's some difficult conditions, so there's no doubt that both camps would like to do that as they bat. They're going to try and do that in the second innings when they play as well. So it's about going out. We haven't really talked about it. We'll talk about it in the morning, but I think it's pretty obvious what we would like to do is continue to bat really well, try and bat as long as possibly can, and get ourselves in a great position.
Travis, a bit of a scary moment there late in the day. Talk us through the big ball and what was going through your head. Like, did you totally lose it? When did you pick the ball up, and how are you feeling now?
I seen it pretty much the whole way. So, lucky to get a bit of hand on it. I think my hand took most of the blow. I think I was a little bit surprised with anything, but after a couple of seconds, I knew I was fine, and Woody was good about it as well. And obviously, it doesn't mean to do it. I was expecting it to swing in, but I was expecting it to bounce and swing back. But these things happen. It was obviously accidental. We've spoken about it. He's cool. I'm cool about it. We move on. So, fortunately, I'm fine. So, no stress.
Trav, Davey and Marnus, as soon as Jack Leach came on, they seemed to show a lot of positive intent. You did the same thing towards him. Was it something you definitely were trying to sort of target and get on top of him?
We spoke about being positive against the spin. With it being hot, we want obviously the bowlers to come back as much as we possibly can. So we were brave today. I felt like for some of the positions that we're in and the way we were able to take him on. Again, we had earned the right. The guys have batted extremely well and earned the right to, in their right moments, to take him on. And I think the tempo and the balanced nature that they did that in was fantastic. Marnus got out doing it. I know he's disappointed, but I felt like it set the tone for the series. It's not always going to be like that. We know that there's moments that he's going to bowl extremely well and he's going to be important for him. But I guess at the Gabba, when we traditionally know that it's hard against the quicks to try and get them as back as possible, quick as possible, when it's not spinning as much. And as the game develops, he'll come into the game a little bit more. But I know that the group is really proud of the way that the guys set the tone at the start of the day.
Thanks, guys. We'll go to Zoom. We've got Ben Horn.
Hey, Travis. Mate, good news you were okay from the blow to the chin, but how's your arm too? You had to take a painkiller for that hit as well?
Yeah, unfortunately, a little back elbow. So, Woody bowled it very aggressive today. We knew that how he was going to come. Unfortunately, copped a little one, but fine. I'll look after it tonight as much as I can. Back elbow probably helps a little bit more. Well, it depends how you look at it, because I'm quite bottom heavy sometimes, and today was the case. But probably helps me a little bit being top hand, and don't try to use the bottom hand as much. So look after it tonight, but I'm fine, which is nice.
Yeah, there's no concern of a fracture or anything?
No, I think it was concerned at the start where it hit me, but it's not a great place to be hit. We've seen Mohamed Shami get hit a couple of years ago in the same sort of place, but it was a little bit higher and sort of got fortunate that it got me in a nice spot. It's obviously not comfortable, but we move on. But structurally, no issue, which is fine. Move on.
Couple more here, guys. Andrew Ramsey.
Trav, congrats. I know you spoke earlier about you facing a lot of Ollie Robinson in the nets at Sussex, and he was on a bit of a roll when you got out there. Was that a bit of a double-edged sword that you know what was coming, but they had a pretty clear plan to you?
Yeah, well, I think he seen me play, so he definitely come with a plan. He knew how he wanted to attack me, and executed that extremely well in my first sort of 20 balls. Found it very difficult, and vice versa. I knew where Ollie was going to come and didn't expect anything less in the way he bowled. So he was fantastic. He kept coming back for them today, and he bowled well in periods and put us under a lot of pressure. And I wasn't surprised going out and facing that and how difficult that was at the end of the day there. So I know that he's going to come back tomorrow. Him, worked with the new ball, and Woody was at bowled a high pace and put us under pressure as well. So it's going to be an important morning against those three.
Last one, guys. James Cole from Sky.
Hi, Ben Stokes is struggling with a knee injury, and Ollie Robinson had some cramp, and you look like you took advantage. Generally speaking, do you sense you've got England on the ropes here?
No, I wouldn't say on the ropes. We've had 2 great days, and in Australia, I guess you want to keep guys out there as long as possible. We know that they'll come back tomorrow. Both of those guys we talk about are highly competitive, highly tough cricketers, and we've seen it time and time again. With Stokesy, we've seen it, and I've seen it personally with Ollie Robinson for Sussex, how he's been able to come back, and then his short test career about coming back and playing in high aggression and being at us the whole time. And I've got no surprise that they'll come back tomorrow fresher and stronger and try and put us under pressure again. So not on the ropes. We've had 2 really good days. We've got to earn the right again tomorrow. It's a long series and continue, I guess, the momentum that we have currently and then try not to let that go.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for joining. We'll catch you all tomorrow.